In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Red?
Gone are the days of Paz and Cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because all of us on the show are más o menos from the same generation, and we happen to think that it's the best one. Not because we're better than you, but because our movies and entertainment certainly were. So strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore while simultaneously complaining about the utter filth that Hollywood has been pumping out of its sludge pipes on a daily basis. How's everybody doing tonight? We got the Angry Mexa in the house after a long hiatus of not being able to figure out how to get his microphone working on stream.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we figured out that none of the things that we were trying work until I did the last option possible that made no sense. But yeah, it was because I didn't have my camera on, and that was the entire thing. The entire reason why my mic was not working for like a month. Yeah, but it's great. It's great to be back. It's great to be back.
It doesn't make any more sense though. Like it shouldn't have been a problem that would stop his mic from working. But
Yeah, it has no reason at all. But remember, guys, if you try every option possible, is the last thing that is the last thing you can imagine. That is the answer. I don't know why it works. It always works.
How you doing though? It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm doing. I want to say good. There were some good days. There were some really bad days, but there were some really good days. You know, it's just a roller coaster. This life is just one day is good, one day is bad. I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
I'm exhausted. I've been doing construction for the last 3 weeks, and everything in my body hurts. And I woke up this morning. I went to church. I came home and I slept, and then I woke up 30 minutes ago to do this. So, yeah, I'm exhausted. And tomorrow morning, we're going in at the butt crack of dawn, and my wife's going to give birth. So it's going to be an adventure.
That is crazy. I cannot imagine that. Like going into a hospital and they're just coming out with a 3D printed human. You know, it's crazy.
Fresh off the press. Kid number 4. It's 3 girls in a row. It's going to be a nightmare.
Wait, 3 girls in a row?
Yeah, my oldest is a boy.
Yeah,
and we had him about a year after we got married, and then we were both still in school, so we waited for a bit before we had our second kid. So there's a pretty big gap between number 1 and number 2, and then we've just been pumping them out to get it over with because we want to have more kids, but we don't want to put in the reps. So we've had I've got a 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and now a 0-year-old. And it's chaos.
Look,
absolute chaos.
It's gonna be chaos, but let me tell you, as someone that had stepbrothers or like siblings. Let's just call it like that. Not be specific because it's a long story, but let's just say it's better like that when they are
Oh yeah.
like 1 year after the other or like 2 years apart. When they're like 7 years apart, they don't even recognize each other. They don't even talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like the other guy is like in college, and the other kid is like, I don't know, changing his own diapers. Like it's insane. I wouldn't like that at all. But yeah,
No, I come from a family of 9 kids, and my brother's the oldest. I'm the second oldest, and our youngest sibling is still in high school. So, and we're married with several kids each. So there's a pretty
I
big
mean,
gap.
you're repopulating the air, bro. We need you
Yeah,
doing the good work.
we got to make more conservative voters, is what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what I
We're
mean. Like the other side is not having kids; is more worried about their kids' abortion. I was gonna ask you a political question. If you're thinking about your daughters, your your newborn daughter's abortion.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like when I did, I voted today. I voted early because we're gonna be in the hospital on Tuesday, probably still. I would have liked to do it in person. I think it's more safe. But voted today via early voting, and the only issue I was thinking about the whole time was I really want my daughters to be able to abort their grandkids. So vote
That is
accordingly,
the
guys.
biggest problem in America right now for women, at least under.
Yeah,
Not even
yeah.
I was gonna say under 30 because that's when they are the most fertile. But no, like over 40, like some like 50. Jennifer Aniston has like 55 years old. She doesn't look good anymore. I remember when I was a kid and everyone was saying, "Oh, she looks so good for a 30 something, 40-year-old woman." Yeah, she doesn't look good anymore. Like she's past that. She passed the fence. Is to the on the other side. But yeah, she's 55 and she's worried about her abortions because she probably had a lot growing up.
Well, we got to. If we haven't lost all our viewers yet, we've we've got some wonderful people in the chat. We got Mark Clark. This is asking the burning questions. Did Jared? Oh no, that's me. Oops. Did Jared watch season 2 of The Devil's Hour? I don't know. He's gonna be late today, but he is coming. My brother's gonna be late too. This time, we can't tease David. He's because he was helping me late into last night till like midnight working on the kitchen, and we didn't quite finish. We're like 95% done. The rest is all cosmetic stuff, and my dad's gonna finish that while we're in the hospital. So thanks to David, he can be late today. It's okay. No teasing him.
Mm,
I don't know what Jared's doing. I don't know why he's late, but we'll have to ask him if he finished season 2 when it gets here.
maybe he's getting late. Nobody knows.
We got a first comment from X. We're streaming on X. I don't see the comment on X, but it's pulled up here, and it's just question marks. So I'm equally as confused. And Justin Hancock in the chat. Sunday naps are the best. Yes, I napped for too long today, but it was build up. It was build up.
Have you ever like gone to a nap and you were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna nap for like 1 hour," and
Yeah.
you wake up the other day?
Mm-hmm.
That was me yesterday. It was like 5. Like yesterday was so weird. I went grocery shopping, and usually I go grocery shopping because it's an excuse for me to buy sugar. To buy pantry or pan dulce that we call in Mexico. Because in the grocery shop they have a very good bakeries, so they do good pan dulce. So I was buying pan de muerto, which is something that you eat basically just once a year in Mexico because it was Day of the Dead yesterday,
Yeah.
Dia de Muertos.
Oh, it
So I
was.
bought,
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I missed
yeah, it
that
was
one.
kind of rough. Well, it was not even rough because I fall asleep. I fell asleep. So yeah, I ate 3 pan de muertos. I just fuck my face with pan de muerto, and then I fall asleep, and then I woke up like at 2 a.m. and I was like, oh, what is going on? I just drank a bunch of water and then went back to sleep. I needed that sleep. I haven't been able to sleep that well for the past weeks. But yeah, that was my first night of real sleep after like 2 weeks of like insomnia. It was really good.
Yeah, no, I've definitely had those where just a 20-minute nap and then like 3 hours later, and those are the worst ones because you wake up and you don't feel better.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, it would have been better if I didn't nap. I feel worse now.
Exactly. It was like it was better if I just got up, like maybe walk a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, Mark Clark. Between me and David, we've got a baseball team. Just about. I think we're a few outfielders shy, but yeah, we've got a pretty big grouping between us. He's giving his mother grandbabies. Yes, but I don't want grandbabies. No.
No, they are all gonna get aborted.
Oh man. It's yeah. This one's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be chaos here for the next week. Unless it's an absolute landslide.
I hope so, please.
It's gonna be absolute chaos. And
Please.
even if it is a landslide, half the country is gonna riot anyway because that's what they do.
Those riots are going to be in Portland, in the ugly places, Portland. You see Portland already boarding up their businesses.
Yeah.
Everyone.
But just remember, it's extreme. It's very important to accept, the results of an election, unless it's 2016. Then you can burn down cities. So, or yeah.
Or when or when a squirrel dies.
I was gonna bring up I was gonna segue into the squirrel too. You read my mind, man.
I was gonna say something even worse that was gonna get me banned, but I'd rather just say the thing about a squirrel.
Okay. Peanut, man. What?
I was so angry.
We gotta talk about Peanut the squirrel, okay?
Oh my god. And
pour one out. There you go.
And the raccoon, Fred, yeah.
I'll give a crap about raccoons. Those things are evil. You can kill as many as you want.
But that raccoon was cool. And the squirrel, bro, the squirrel was so sweet. Like the squirrel, I watched the videos, and the squirrel is just like.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize for eating on camera. I haven't eaten dinner because I just woke up from a 5-hour nap, so I got crackers. I'm trying to eat them between conversations, but sometimes I'll hit one at the wrong time. But yeah, Peanut the squirrel. So okay. If it was some Karen in administration, showing up, I saw on TikTok, you're not allowed to have squirrels in your house, and I'm going to have to take it away. Like, that's one thing, right? But it was the FBI that showed up to this family's house,
the DEC
raided their house
so
that they could euthanize a stray squirrel.
Squirrel from half baked on pearl. Squirrel master.
Like, if this is, and I know it's funny because this has instantly become a partisan issue, and it shouldn't be, but the reason that it is because the government has gotten so crazy under the last 4 years that they're not prosecuting criminals, but the FBI is hunting down squirrels. They don't care about illegal citizens. They care about illegal squirrels. It's absolutely insane to me,
bro. That squirrel got prosecuted to the greatest extent of the law, even greater than the Epstein guy.
No,
that guy didn't saw didn't see
Man, I was gonna bring up a joke and you ruined it. Can you stop?
That's
You keep
hilarious.
saying things before I'm gonna say them.
I'm reading your mind, brother.
The one time you haven't been on the show in weeks, and the second you come back, you just pull all the steam out of my sails. This country is a joke. No, the show is. The show's a joke. That's why you tune in, baby. And I don't want the country to become a joke, but it quickly could be, and that's what I'm voting against. So
In a couple of days.
stepping on jokes. See, even the audience doesn't like it. Know your place, okay? David, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm sore. Tired.
Cool. Did you watch The Penguin?
I did.
Good.
Did you not?
I literally woke up 30 minutes before the show. Okay? And I forgot. Here's the thing. Sunday night, last week, we were ending the show, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go watch The Penguin. And they thought, no, I'll be responsible. I'm going to wait and watch it later in the week so it's fresh in my mind so we can have a nice discussion, okay? And I've been so busy, literally just waking up, working, and then eating and working, and then going back to sleep, and I haven't even stepped downstairs, right, to edit videos or anything. I haven't even been in my office. My computer's been turned off all week. That I forgot to watch the episode. And I went to church this morning, came home, slept, and I woke up 30 minutes ago. Well, I guess 15 minutes ago now. We've been streaming for 20. So I did watch about 15 minutes of the show. And I really, really liked the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You can spoil the episode. That's totally fine. But it's the first time. Hey, look, we all get one. This is the first time I've ever not done my homework. Okay. So you're not allowed to shame me.
I mean, Lightbringer much? It took you like 3 years to finally read Lightbringer.
Lightbringer, I read a book a week. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I read all 5 Lightbringer books in 5 weeks.
Yes, after Jared was trying to get you to read them for 5 years.
Okay, but that wasn't assigned homework.
True.
Oh, we lost. There we go.
Oh, no.
Max have finally learned his place. See?
Oh, he's back.
I was just gonna say that reading is gay.
The what?
Reading is gay.
Yeah.
Mark Clark,
Listening is where it's at.
thank you so
Audiobook.
much for the $4.99. Alan said we don't get to tease you because you helped him, David. Yep.
Yep. That was a lot of hard work.
You didn't have to rat me out on stream. You could. I don't like being nice to David, so don't get used to it.
Yep.
But I didn't read book 6. There's no book 6, right?
There's no books.
Mark Clark. I do need to read the Night Angel, his other series, because I
Yeah,
really
it's pretty
liked.
Same thing with I'm reading Zamil Akhtar, Gunmetal Gods, which is pretty fantastic. He has another series like Light Blade or something.
Yeah, I have that one. I
That's
bought
this
it
one, too.
immediately. I bought all of his books. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten to that one yet. Audiobooks are the best, man. Dude, seriously, yeah, I've been working for nonstop 3 weeks, just listening
Yep.
to books.
The only thing I read anymore is comic books. I do my comic books physically, and then I audiobook.
I finished.
By the way,
I finished Lord of Chaos in a week.
yeah,
That's like
Nice.
one of the longest Wheel of Time books. So
that's a good one. I've been reading The Lucent. It's freaking phenomenal. Have you read that yet?
dude,
It's so good.
I haven't had time to read it.
It's really, really good. I was the first Ripaverse comic,
Yeah.
the inaugural one, Ice Armor or whatever. It was
was
okay.
okay.
It didn't really impress me.
2 was
I
really
have
good.
some
I
of the
really
other
liked the
ones.
second one.
Yeah, I have some of the other ones. The second one looked a lot better. I haven't finished it yet, but
I
dude,
really liked Isom too.
Lucent is so friggin' amazing. And you can
Yeah.
tell, like he said, this is the guy that taught himself to draw to
Mhm.
make his comics, right? You can tell he cut some corners here and
Yeah.
there. He reused some images that he already drew and like resized them or changed things about them. But honestly, I don't care.
He's really good at the
In
details.
fact,
His
he's
artwork's
really good at
amazing,
drawing.
and
There
he's
was
only getting
one-
better.
There was only one
Sometimes I'll just
composition
tune in
that I thought was a
to
little
his
bit
live
weird.
streams. Sometimes I just tune into his live streams and just watch him draw. He's amazing.
That's nice. Yeah, he's really really good. But yeah, it's something. Honestly, it only stood out to me because I scrutinize the the old traditional comics and stuff, and sometimes when they have a panel that's virtually identical, instead of just having that same picture and then just adding some stuff to it or redrawing something, they redraw the whole entire thing. I'm like, that's a freaking waste. Reuse that stuff, If someone has something and then they're slowly fading away or they get splashed with some magical energy or something, reuse the same art. What's wrong with that? And that's what he does, and it's great.
I'd say his
Good art.
I love his artwork. It's beautiful. I will say I think his biggest weakness right now is he's not bad at drawing faces. His faces are good, but compared to the rest of his artwork, they look a little bit flat. Like he's good at getting the 3D-ness, the 3D form on all of the body, except the face kind of feels a little bit more two-dimensional than it should. But that's really hard to get good at, and he's already way better than I can.
Yeah,
it's passable, right? Like it's not like so much it'll take you out. It's passable, but I will say that's like the one thing he needs to work on.
Yeah, and the art is really good, but the story,
Michael Bancroft,
the story is really really amazing, and it brings in some mythical stuff. They had what was it? It's not Hercules, but the other guy that goes on an epic.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh, yes, it brings in Gilgamesh in there and ties that in.
It's literally called the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's really good. The story's amazing. It's intriguing, captivates you right away.
What I also I just can't praise Michael Bancroft enough. If you're not following him on Twitter, like you've got to get on X. He's constantly highlighting other artists, other indie artists, and other comic books.
That's good.
Every time he pops into my feed, I have to spend more money. I just bought you another comic book, David.
Oh, lovely. Oh yeah, the other comic book from the
he brings them onto his show. He highlights other people's artwork. He's doing wonders for independent publishing.
Indie Comics, which Indie Comics is blowing up right now. It's great to see. And that just shows how much mainstream comics are suffering right now with their crap agendas that they keep shoving down our throats and changing beloved characters. People are hungry for some good stuff. I've also got the Viva La Dirt League hero shortage coming.
Oh yeah, is that coming soon?
Yeah, should be here next week.
Did I pay you for that yet? Remind me.
No, you don't owe me anything.
Okay.
I bought Corwin a copy though. He owes me.
Okay.
So. But yeah, comics are great, man. I've been rereading some of the old classics from Marvel and DC. Some great stuff. And then
Pretty
indie
soon.
comics are thriving.
Once I have more time after the baby comes, I've already segmented out
Tomorrow.
the entire. You guys know I've been collecting the Ultimate Marvel comic books. I went through a spreadsheet and I segmented them out based on like release, and so I've got them chunked. I'm gonna do a full series on Ultimate Marvel, and it's gonna be like 100 videos, but I've got it all portioned out for which order to do all the videos in.
Nice.
It's a lot harder to figure out the reading order when you don't buy the floppies, you know.
Yeah.
If you buy the floppies, you just read, publication date. But
Yeah.
some of those happened simultaneously and crossovers and stuff. But I got that all mapped out. I'm ready to review Ultimate Marvel.
Okay, hold the phone, guys. Mark Clark just recommended a book series, and I just looked it up. It's book 1 in the series.
Book 1?
You realize that there's 2 books, and he started with the first book in the series.
I didn't even heard of this one.
Yeah, me neither. The cover is
Zamaramir's
pretty awesome.
Riven Earth.
There's Riven Earth and Sundered Moon. The book of Ostia, Volume 1 and Volume 2.
That's about Mark Clark keeps recommending all these obscure books, and all of them look good. And I have so much to read already. Sometimes I forget them, but that looks pretty cool. What was the point I was going to make? Eric July got it right. Publish good content, cash checks, repeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish ISIM 1 was a little bit stronger than it was, but still good.
I understand what they were trying to do. It was basically just, hey, let's introduce you to all these characters that we're going to have in our universe.
Yeah.
But the first story was just nothing salad. Like the main character, he's coming out of retirement. It's not an origin story. It's just like, oh, hey, I used to be a superhero, and now I'm going to try and be a hero again. It has some good stuff in it, but as far as a full story arc, it was just
story-wise, it was a little bit lacking. Yeah,
a whole bunch of cameos for characters that we haven't seen yet. I'm like,
but they came out with ISIM 2 quick enough, and soon enough, it saved it.
And some of the other ones, I don't have Yaira yet, and
I have them all. I haven't read them.
Bloodroot or whatever. Those
ones
were made by the Soska sisters.
Bloodroot's not out yet. That one's it's just Yaira that's the Soska sisters. Yeah.
But she does Bloodroot. They do Bloodroot as well.
No, I'm pretty sure it's someone else.
I looked on their website today when the Bloodroot email.
I can be wrong.
But anyway, those are some fun personalities there.
Yeah. David, you sent me an article which we can get into before we get into your explanation of the Penguin. It was a week ago. It's funny. You'll remember when you see it. It's from the New York Post. J.D. Vance plays Magic the Gathering, and his favorite card could reveal GOP's candidate's dark political ambition.
Yeah, this is such a ridiculous post. I don't play Magic the Gathering. I had a couple friends that were big into it, and they kind of taught me how to play it, but I didn't really understand what I was doing. But
But
this is what you call a stretch. Okay.
A little bit.
The
Just a
card
tiny
is not even that bad. You just draw a card. Yeah.
Skip your draw step.
Draw a card.
Pay 1 life. Draw a card. He craves only one commodity, a bargain. Where he wait. So self-sacrifice is a bad thing now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
Apparently,
putting your life on line for the greater good?
Yeah.
That's a
I don't
dark
know.
political ambition?
Apparently, what they're saying is that it was a pretty powerful card, and it was banned at some tournaments because it was too powerful and people didn't like playing it. And so it's kind of apparently looked down upon to play this card. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. I like this card. It's kind of fun. Who freaking cares, man? Like this is such a
Magic is
article.
No, like I was gonna vote for Trump Vance, but this, I don't know if I can support him now, man.
Yep, those
that's
dark
just dark.
ambitions.
That's real dark. Drawing a card, really, in
today's economy,
in this climate, draw a card.
Divisive.
What a bigot, scumbag, man! I can't stand him. He's so weird.
Weird.
Weird. I need to get that clipped. I need that on my soundboard.
My wife and I, that's like our go-to meme these days.
It's weird. Yeah, she does it all the time. It's not annoying at all. Mark Clark's cousin keeps buying him Rippaverse comics. Yeah, I have them all. I need to go and... Man, I just have no time to make videos. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. I've been trying to do all these live streams to make up for my lack of videos. We had a Dungeon Crawler Book 3 last night. It was a good stream. I forgot to mention on that. Matt Dinneman, the author of Dungeon Crawler Carl, is... he's going to be at Dragonsteel. So
Nice.
I'm going to see if I can convince him to maybe come on a show. We can all cheese over him. Yeah, it'll be a
Well, I'll
Prophet of the Dragon,
to,
and all the White Cloaks are fawning over the guy. So
I'll have to get him on.
it would be a big crossover event if I can get him, if I can convince him. Seriously, read Dungeon Crawler Crawl. It's hilarious. So I don't have a whole lot of news articles because I haven't been on my phone this week again. But are you guys excited for Star Wars?
Nope.
This is
It looks like a High Republic crap.
yeah. So the High Republic didn't sell at all.
Mm-hmm.
This is the finale. The grand finale of the High Republic is a gay wedding. So
Gay alien wedding.
I thought this was like anime or something,
Mexicans?
and I was like, "What's this anime thing?" And then I read the headline, and it was Star Wars, and I was really confused.
I love how her hair looks like it's just a bunch of earthworms taped to her head. Like, what the hell is that?
It's a Medusa.
Something like that. I don't know. Whatever.
It's
Each
gay.
their own. And apparently, High Republic was to no one because no
Let me
one bought it.
guess. They're gay.
It's a good guess.
I think it's a safe guess. It's a safe bet. You've unlocked a new achievement. Mark, have you started reading? It's so good. I love Dungeon Crawler Carl. I can't get enough of it, man. Inject it straight into my bloodstream. It's such a refreshing series. After we've been complaining about just emasculation of male characters and stuff, and Dungeon Crawler Carl is just unapologetically based, and the main character is he's a man. He's just a man, and it's beautiful. He's a good character. I don't want to know where you started. I don't want to know, Mark. It better be book one. Better be book one. Good news, though. There's another book that George R. R. Martin wants to write after Winds of Winter. Not the Dunk and Egg sequel, not Fire and Blood. No, it's the scrapped Bravos story that had a pilot, and it was terrible, and so they didn't proceed. George R. R. Martin wants to write it. But only after Winds of Winter.
Okay, so that's never going to happen. We're never going to see it.
I don't know. Maybe it will. Like, he keeps bringing it up every week. Like, maybe he's done with it. I don't know.
Like, every week there's another headline. They're like, I'm gonna work on it, guys. Like, we're doing stuff. Like, okay.
I don't know what was going on, man.
Yeah.
But
I'd
I'd prioritize Dunk and Egg over all the other things because that's what people love the most, and that one's you've got like 5. I think he's got like 5 of them that they could do 5 seasons of that before he has to finish it. That worked really well with Song of Ice and Fire, so you could try that again.
Well, also, they have House of the Dragon show going on, and isn't there more material there that he's supposed to have written?
Yeah, there is supposed to be another. So it's Fire and Blood, and then Blood and Fire is the part 2. But you don't need it. Like, you can end the story with Fire and Blood. They skipped half of that story anyway, He did, So he has promised he's going to write a part 2. That one's not as important, though, because it would be different characters anyway. It would be a different TV show.
Gotcha.
Or like a follow-up,
Yeah.
a sequel TV show, because the characters would all have to be older anyway. The only surviving ones,
Yeah.
it would be different actors. It's fine.
Gotcha.
Anyway, how was the Penguin, David?
It was good. I really liked this episode. I know.
I liked the
previous
setup
episode,
to it. Yeah.
I liked a lot, and you and Jared didn't like the previous episode.
No, I liked it, but it was the weakest episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one is really good.
Not gonna lie, this one kind of started off similar for me. I was like, I don't know if I like where this is going. I didn't mind that they did a huge time jump.
Yeah.
I liked that, but then it kind of got into like, I'm not really sure the Penguin's being very smart here. Just ignoring these threats, which I still, I kind of had the same issue that I had last week. And then there was a twist. And I was like, okay, this is really smart. I like where they're going now.
Yeah.
And that was his decision to give the drugs away for free.
Right.
And that's when I stopped watching. That's when I fell asleep.
Jumbo.
It gets. I think it gets better. He gets all of the other gang lords together and attempts to convince them to, come together and fight the other triads.
Right now?
In this episode, yeah.
Over me?
What? Oh. I see what you did there. Yeah, it was really good.
The dumbest thing the Penguin did was tell his girlfriend where his mom and Vic was. No. Does he go back to her?
No, something else happened. She finds out where the Penguin is hiding, or his mom is because he goes and interrogates the stripper friend or whatever. Mm-hmm. But to me, it didn't feel like. I don't think he told her exactly where they were. He just knew that. I think she just inferred their potential hiding spot from what she knew about. Anyway, but yeah, I thought it was good.
It's been, the whole series has been solid. The only misstep for me was last week's episode, and it wasn't bad. It's just it wasn't as good as it had been.
Yeah, and
but
to me, I think it's right
episode
on
one.
This whole thing is Penguin trying to make it up in the ranks and try to be somebody, right? Make his mama proud, and things just keep going wrong for him, and he's just flying by the seat of his pants, coming up with brilliant schemes, and then something goes wrong, and he has to fix it. And that's why I liked the previous episode, because it was more of that.
That's why I didn't like the previous episode, because he made a really stupid choice.
Yeah, I think he's smarter in this one for the most part, but again, there is something else he makes. It becomes a little bit too emotional.
But that's okay, right? Like, you can show a flawed character, just don't make him retarded. That like the episode that just literally just that one scene from last episode was astronomically stupid.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
But if he's overcome by emotion, like that's kind of his whole thing. That's the setup for this whole show, is that he lets his emotions take control and does something he shouldn't have done, and that starts the entire plot of the show.
Yeah. And so this one is really good because his I'm not going to spoil everything, but his mom is fed up with the power being turned off all the time and being cold and not being taken care of, and that her son's a nobody, and so he does something to fix that, and that was a really good scene. But then the way they end this episode, I'm really intrigued to see what happens next and how that affects Oz, the Penguin. So I don't know. I'm really liking it. I think there's 2 more episodes. I think there's 2 more episodes.
I can bring it
One
up
tonight and then next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
What
really
are
excited. I think they did a little bit more because I liked last episode that they brought his operation underground, and that was a nice nod to the Penguin's original origin story or whatever. In this one, they have him in a nice big trench coat, big fluffy trench coat. It looks even more penguin esque,
yeah?
and I
There's
think
two
that's really awesome.
two more episodes. The episode that drops today and the next week. So.
Yep, that's what I thought. That feels about right. It's
And
leading
then
up to,
we get Dune
yeah. Oh, the
and Silo. Yeah,
the Dune
the Dune
prequel
TV show. Yeah,
TV show. Okay,
yeah.
what
Well,
is
that
that?
comes out in
Is that going to be
HBO.
streaming on HBO or
Dune's on HBO. Silo's on Apple,
on
which I'm
Apple?
still paying for because there's a lot of stuff to watch on Apple, man.
Yeah, Apple?
I'm kind of liking Apple TV, baby.
I'm coming around. I do not like Apple as a company, but their streaming service
despise
has
them.
got some bangers now. Yep.
I mean, let them waste money on TV shows. I don't think they're making any money out of them. So there's let them just waste the money.
Well,
Good.
I mean, it's kind of like Amazon, right? Amazon doesn't need Prime to make money because they make so much money just on shipping alone.
Right.
Or
It's,
the
just
regular
Apple,
it's a retention thing. You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
Which ironically caused me to cancel Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's because of their TV that I don't care about Amazon anymore. But
Yeah.
it's still good for Devil's Hour. Just
Yeah,
just
all
watch
of
that
their
one and then-
all of their third party stuff that is hosted on Prime is fan friggin' tastic. It's just all the stuff that they spend money on has been crap. So
Correct.
yeah, I'm
Um,
super excited for Silo, and then Severance after that at the beginning of the year. I think in February or whatever.
Silo season 2, and don't forget the Skeleton Crew
I forgot it already.
and the Doctor Who Christmas special.
Oh,
I am gonna chain you down. I'm gonna
all right.
tape your eyelids open and make you watch the Doctor Who Christmas special.
Yeah, let's stream the
Look
Doctor
with
Who
orange
special.
style.
Although I heard the new Doctor Chikuti Gatwa, I don't even know how to say his name, is going to be
Ncuti.
leaving soon. Chuti Gatwa.
Shuti Gatawa.
Chiti
Yeah,
Gawa.
there's rumors that he's done as the Doctor. He's going to
Good.
hang up his hat
It was an embarrassment. So
after this. So
Good. I hope he's done with
wonder why.
acting.
what are you watching, Mexa?
I'm
What are you up
watching Vox Machina. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Wait. What episode are you guys on?
Well, we're done.
I'm on episode
Well,
3.
I
haven't
mean,
finished
I'm
that one.
almost done with it. I think that I'm only missing the last episode, or I don't remember if I already watched the last episode, or if I forgot to watch the ending. I don't want to spoil it but
No.
yeah, I got to watch the last part, the last episode. I think I already watched it and didn't leave me with the best taste in my mouth. The very ending, the entire season for me is perfect. Well, not perfect, but there was like a lesbian scene, too much,
Yeah.
politics, DEI there, but it's like whatever,
Yeah, that was in episode 3 or 4 or something like that, but it wasn't too bad throughout the whole season.
Yeah, it's like okay, whatever, just be done with it. Who's gonna believe that you were going to bank that dragon? It's like there's a lesbian dragon, and they're like saying that the lesbian dragon like the other lesbians that look normal.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lesbian dragon
Um,
betrays them, and it's like, I wanted your human babies in my lesbian belly or something. I don't know. I don't know how they will reproduce.
Sounds like a great show.
Yeah, the rest is really good. Everything everything that I wanted to happen, it happened. Like they finally went with the relationships with the characters that they were like putting away for a long time.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seemed like they didn't want to do it, me too. I don't know. If they are liberals. I watch some of their stuff. If they are
Yeah,
throwing up liberals, I want to throw my mouth when they say stuff like they talk like
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Whatever, Trump 2024. Today's. I hope these people completely start crying for weeks, and then they run out of tears.
You'd vote for JD Vance after that magic card thing?
I've been watching a lot
That's
of
so
J
weird.
events in
So weird.
debates. He's so I mean on debates, but it's like
He's
the
really good in
podcast.
debates. Yeah.
Never mind the debate. The podcast, he's way better in the podcast. He
He's
was
just,
on Tim
but,
Dillon,
but his
funny,
dark ambitions, man. He's just.
and Joe Rogan. With Joe Rogan, he was masterful. Like he was even better than Trump, way
Yeah.
better than Trump. Like, he was like
He's more
saying like,
He's
"Oh,
more
the deep
elegant.
state."
He's more eloquent than Trump
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He was like, "No, the deep state is doing this and this and this, and this is the reason why there are so many illegal immigrants coming into this country." And he talked about no. He's like Trump. The entire podcast was like, "We're gonna put tariffs on the Arabs.
It's my new favorite word is tariffs. You watched the Joe Rogan one, right?
It's good looking. The pilots are very good looking, very good looking."
It was actually really.
I'm starting to think that Trump is kind of gay because I mean the Democrats already call Elon Musk gay, which is like, why are they even trying anymore? Like, why? Are they
Honestly,
I will say it was really smart to have Trump go on Joe Rogan and then JD Vance follow him up.
Yeah.
Because Trump got into the general discussion, and then Joe Rogan followed up on everything with Vance, and Vance laid out all the specifics.
Exactly. And even
Yeah.
when Rogan was like, no, but Trump say something that was not right, and Vance
then he
was
had
like, no, but it's
And then he had Fetterman on, and he confronted him on all of the stuff that JD Vance was saying.
exactly.
It was hilarious.
It was so, and Fairman was like, no, all right, yes, that is true, but I don't think they're doing it.
And then he ended. He said, "No, they're not doing that. No, they're not doing that. Okay, but all of this stuff is true.
Yeah,
Okay, but it's a good
I
thing."
don't think they're doing that. It is, but we do it for the good thing.
That's what they do. Oh, it's not happening. That's a lie. Oh, if it were happening, it wouldn't be a big deal. Okay, yes, it is happening, and it's a good thing. You're a bigot. That's
Yep.
Oh, that's no, but it is genius. Like, if he doesn't win, if Trump doesn't win in 2 days, well, in like a week or a month or whatever, how much it takes. I remember that last time it was 3 weeks, something like that.
it's 2 days. Tuesday, the election day.
Yeah. It's
But
Yep.
no, nuts.
according to the Gallup polls, which are pretty reliable, this is the first time in a very long time there are more registered Republicans than Democrats.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
you got a shot.
Whew,
I don't know.
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm praying. Look, I always say that if Trump wins, I'm gonna lose my job, but at least it's gonna be worth it. Make America great again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can find other call center jobs. I can even actually help Americans. You know what I mean? No help the illegal immigrants in your country with their translations, which is something I hate to do.
Yeah.
But they pay good. They pay good. But yeah, it's gonna be messy, guys. Like, stay at home. Stay at home. If you're already
Yeah.
voted, if not, vote early and stay at home.
Yep. I think it's gonna.
I mean, moonlighting as a coyote,
Crazy.
bro. I mean, passing. Yeah.
Because you said you'd lose your job if Trump wins.
I'm gonna be passing them illegals when Trump.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
that's gonna be really hard.
Another show that Martina and I started watching again was What We Do in the Shadows. The latest season is out.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Mm.
And I don't remember seasons. This is season 6 now. So
That's-
seasons 1 and 2 were really good. I don't remember season 3. I think it was fine. Season 4 was awful. It was so bad. We almost stopped watching. There was one half of one episode that had a decent idea to it. The rest of it was absolute garbage. And then we watched season 5 last year, and I was surprised it was good again. And so far, the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 6 are also very fantastic. So It's just season 4. I don't know what the hell happened there. It was just so bad. But
I cannot go to jail, Justin. I'm on the other side of the border.
You can't. It's fireproof, baby.
Mm-hmm. Unless I step in the United States. Nah. I know the law. I know the law better than many people in the United States. I know their law even better than their own citizens. So because I watched so many TikToks about lawyers, I don't know, man. Like I don't even have TikToks. But I watched too many YouTube shorts about lawyers. I don't know. They're interesting, man. Your law is interesting. They're
Yep.
funny stuff there.
for sure.
Have you seen the TikToks? Not even TikToks, but like Twitters or tweets or
Yeah.
X about people coming into the country to vote. Like saying like it's really weird. Like people like I don't know if it's even true. Probably they are joking. I hope they are joking, but they are admitted to committing voter fraud in in Twitter, and they're like, I'm voting for my boys. I'm supporting my guys. I'm supporting Donald Trump. I'm coming to the country from Ukraine to vote for this guy because they're not accepting voter ID.
Because
I mean, most of them
you're not allowed to
I'm
ask
sure
for
they're
ID.
yeah, because they're not accepting voter ID,
Yeah.
which is insane. It's like in my country that is our ID. Like our only ID is our border ID. Like we don't have any other ID. That's basically you have to show that when you go to buy cigarettes and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, makes no sense that they don't accept it. Which is funny because you guys in your country accept my border ID of my country as an ID in your country, but you don't make it as you have to take your actual citizen's ID to vote in the most important elections in history of the war
Yep.
of the world, baby.
Now the first time I voted, I actually because they'll give you a card with your voter ID on it. I took my card in there and showed it to them. They're like, "Oh no, put that away. We're not supposed to see that." I'm like, "What?" It's just it makes no sense. Hopefully that will
Basically, the
change.
entire exercise is with your border ID. That's why
Right.
many people steal like border IDs and well, not steal them, but sell them, or borrow them. They tell you, "Oh, we're gonna pay you 500 pesos if you don't show up and give us your border ID, and we just go and vote in your behalf, and nobody cares." But yeah, in your country that doesn't happen. It happens in different ways. Yeah, deep state.
In our
But I hope
country,
it doesn't
it's
happen. I hope it
racist
doesn't
to
happen.
require a voter ID.
You guys want to see another article?
Mm-hmm.
This is coming from the absolute pillar of journalism that is IGN. Here's how to read the Harry Potter books in
Oh my
order.
lord!
Okay, Mark Clark might benefit from this.
I'm gonna email you. Okay, let's go. So it goes 1,
Literally, what the hell?
2, 3, 4. Is 5? Up 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, got it.
Wow.
Including
And they are
Quidditch
wrong
through the
because you're supposed
ages.
They are wrong because you're supposed to read the tales of Peter and
Beatles Bard. Yeah, that's a prequel, baby.
Between the 6 and 7. I mean,
Oh, Deathly
between
Hallows.
the 7, the middle of 7. Yeah,
Yep.
and the Fantastic Beasts, like
That's a prequel.
exactly, it's a prequel, and you can kind of read them after Beetle and after reading the tales of Beetle. Like that's
And
how
also,
I read
you're
them,
not supposed to read this one.
Yeah, you're
It's
supposed-
not
I mean,
canon.
I mean, that's a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a play that they sell as a book. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like J.K. Rowling herself has said that that is not the best of her work.
Yeah.
She didn't write it.
I love that they wrote this article to teach people how to count to 7.
I love it that it's wrong. Like,
Okay.
That's the funniest thing. That is the funny thing that they couldn't even like do it. Like I don't understand how these people have brains at all. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't even do it right. If they're going to do something so stupid like that, at least put it like, oh, and between the seven book and
Right.
the ending, you read the Beatles and Bard, and then you read Fantastic Beasts, so you understand the past. Whatever, they mention that stuff in the seven book, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that you have to read it. But they don't even put it. You say,
Yeah.
oh, bonus items, bonus things that you
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
literally just all the original series in order, and then here's some extra books at the end. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Which are not even in order. Again, it's like
Yeah.
hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm just double
I
checking with
thought it
Jared.
was gonna be about Dragon Age because I cannot stand
Oh my gosh, I can't.
anything about that fucking game.
I've been getting those commercials pushed hard on my YouTube feed.
Me too.
just watch Heels versus Babyface. Just watch Az's stream of Dragon Age Veilguard. It's painful. There's
Yeah,
something
it was
caught in
like-
my throat, man.
Or
I hate it.
more or less painful than Star Wars Outlaws playthroughs, because those are pretty bad too.
Did you see that one? Yeah, I think it was like an IGN guy again, who was it might not have been IGN, but they got early access like a couple days early to the game, and like people or maybe it was the first week, but they're like, people keep complaining this game's broken. It's been running so smooth, it's been running flawlessly for me. And as he's saying the game is perfect, it glitches and his character falls through the floor, and he's like,
And he's like,
anyway, and he
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
that wasn't pre-release footage. That was day one.
That was day one?
of
It
the
was
game.
released, yeah.
was that IGN though? I think it was.
I don't know.
remember.
I know that
No, I don't think it was a
um,
GN. I think it
Star
was
Wars Theory
some
was
guy-
streaming it.
It was a streamer, yeah. It was a random streamer that was like, I don't understand what he was literally saying. I don't understand why many people are saying that this game is broken. It's not broken. And boom, he drops
Yeah.
to the bottom of the fuck.
I know Star Wars Theory was streaming it, and he was making fun of that too. And he's like,
Yeah.
he was walking out inside the
But
wall.
it was
and
fun. It was
then
someone.
random cutscenes would happen because he got to some
Yeah.
checkpoint. It's like, I don't no idea what's going on.
What is it? Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft.
But it was
right?
someone who was shilling for the show, and then
Right.
on camera just.
Yeah, exactly. It's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys are into gaming but not that much anymore, right?
We just don't have time,
Never,
but
ever download Ubisoft. Is one of the most cancerous things that you have ever had to deal ever in your history.
no,
of the
yeah,
world.
I know about it. Yeah,
Ever. I remember that I bought a game, entire game, and I never played it again because I couldn't literally log into the freaking Ubisoft thingy. And you remember what it says? Remember your computer. You know what it says? Remember your computer. It never remembers your computer, so you have to log in every single freaking time.
yeah,
And
it's
every
garbage.
time you log in, you know what game it recommends you? Star Wars Outlaws. Not only it recommends you, it takes you to an entire page that you have to click in many places to get out of that and not buy the game.
Yep.
It's a hassle. It's like I literally just log out. I just wanted to play South Park, the South Park game,
Yeah.
which is not even good, but it's kind of funny. It's not even that good.
The best part of the game is the. Sorry, there's something going on with my voice. The best part of the game is the difficulty settings.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen that, David?
No, I haven't. I know
was
the
that
game,
was that their first or their second game? Was that the fractured?
The second, the fractured boho, yeah.
Yeah, the fractured butt hole. Okay,
that one.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
the game opens with a difficulty slider, and it just changes your skin color. It's hilarious. It's absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious.
I put myself in Mexican, it's like the middle.
That's all it changes. Yeah. Anyway,
It's funny. It's a funny game. It's
yeah.
the priest follow you around. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if Jared's going to show up. He said he was going to show up late, not an hour late, so he might not be here this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 days. Like,
Which means we can't talk about the Devil's Hour because we've already talked about all of it, David.
Yep.
We were just waiting for him to finish. So I guess, Mark, what was the
but
over
wait, how
under?
long is the Devil's Hour?
Dude, check it out, man. It's fun.
Alright.
It's season 1 is 6 episodes, 50 minutes each, and season 2 is 5. It's
I mean, I already watched season one. I remember we watched.
Oh,
it last year. It was one of the only sci-fi shows that I actually understood and liked.
it's real good. Season 2
Yeah.
is real good.
And you're not like you don't remember wondering like what. No, you actually like they give you closure at least.
Oh yeah,
But
it
the whole
absolutely
season-
it absolutely opens like a mystery box, but the box is full of really fun things, and it
Yeah.
keeps getting more and more interesting.
yeah,
you're like,
and
You understand what's going on.
yeah. I remember that first episode. I was like, "Bro, this is boring." I remember that I was complaining about it to you.
I
and
just
was
going to
like, yeah. And you were like, "Give it a chance," and I was like, "It's so boring." Like, oh my god, it's so the
Guys.
kid is autistic and
I'm a genius. It's Schrodinger's mystery box.
literally, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And
The
in this
most-
case, the cat is
Oh.
absolutely alive. Okay?
and on drugs and smoking crack and like that cat is high as hell. Bro.
Anyway, I forgot we're also getting Arcane season 2 this
Oh
month.
yeah.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I'm
And
looking
then my
forward
League
to.
of Legends proness or what is that?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm also worried they might lean into the lesbian stuff,
Yeah.
and but I'm gonna watch it.
Caitlyn is kind of hot, so I don't mind. Although she's a cartoon,
Yeah,
for a cartoon.
for a cartoon.
And I'm becoming a Caitlyn main, so
Yeah,
she's kind of fun to play.
she
Where-
yeah.
where-
I didn't hate playing her. I was never really good at her, but
Hmm
I don't.
It's hard. It's hard to play her like good. But yeah.
Sometimes I miss League.
No.
I miss the challenge. I miss the mental challenge, but
Yeah, I know what you mean,
I don't miss the grind.
The problem is that
I'm never going back.
yeah, the problem is that right now it's not anymore a mental challenge for yourself. It's a mental challenge of how many regarded people are in your team. Like it's insane how many, and they just rage.
Yeah.
Everyone is like they just try.
And that's why I don't miss it too much, because no matter
Yeah.
how good you do, it sometimes it just doesn't
Yeah.
matter, and that's not
And there was like arena when arena was it was you and one other person. It was just a team of two, so it was less barriers to f up, and you could carry by yourself. So arena was really fun. I don't know why they took it away. They saying that they're gonna bring it back next
Yeah, Arena was
year,
dope.
but
Arena was really good.
arena was really good. That's the only reason why I came back to play League of Legends, and now I'm so freaking tired that I had to play because I play my job because I thought that if I play while working, it was going to be double fun,
Right?
but it's double the work because League of Legends is not fun anymore. It's just grinding.
Yeah.
And it's just like having to stand for imbeciles, and then my job is having to stand an imbecile that is talking in Spanish that doesn't know how to speak English. So it's the same. So it's just stressful. And so now I just play TFT and I have fun. TFT is fun. Call of Duty also it just came out and is really good. I have it on the Game Pass and
yeah?
it's for free. So it's you know.
Yeah, they all kind of just feel like the same game to me, but
You see, this
the Call of
one.
Duty.
I mean,
but
if you have these, some people have these. They don't like shooters because they like feel drowsy when the camera moves too fast.
Hmm.
This is like that on crack. This is like on steroids. Like this is like the camera is and you're like and jumping around and flying and then you're like doing the fun part is that you can fly to the side like on James Bond and all that stuff. Like you can jump to the side and fly and like shoot. It's not precise at all, and it's really hard to pull off, and basically useless. But it's fun. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks fun, and yeah, I don't know. It's way better than like the last 3 or 4 Call of Duties that we got. So
Yeah.
it's an improvement.
Yeah, Mark Clark. I saw Robert Zemeckis says he can never make he would love to make Roger Rabbit 2,
Yeah,
but
it's not possible.
he will never be able to because of Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah,
Yep.
Because he would want to put her in the movie, and apparently that's a problem. So
Yeah.
because she's hot.
Also, they kind of made a spiritual successor to Roger Rabbit in the Chippendales movie that was
Mm,
yeah.
the Rescue Rangers, which it wasn't terrible. It was fun watch.
You know what movie I liked was that Looney Tunes Back in Action, the Brendan Fraser one.
that's really good.
It's not a
That's not my
great
favorite.
movie. I haven't seen it since I was like 9 years old, but
You have to watch
I
it
remember
with
really loving it.
We watch
Yeah.
it when you're kid.
I remember really liking Space Jam too, but then I went
Space
back
Jam-
and watched
oh.
it.
Space Jam is awful.
It's not good.
I had the same experience. Like it is so bad. It does not hold
Yeah.
up at all.
Actually,
And the
Space Jam is so bad that
reboot
it's
is
so
even
much
worse.
fun to watch people criticizing that movie. Like what's your favorite movie critic criticizing Space Jam, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about the original. I'm not even. I haven't even watched the remake, but the original movie, it's not good.
Yeah. Don't watch the remake, and the original is really funny and really good.
I didn't like it on the rewatch.
You didn't like it?
No, I loved it as a kid, and then I
yeah.
rewatched it. It just doesn't hold up. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny. I mean, when I was a kid, the funny part is like Looney Tunes in,
Right.
in RL. And I
Yeah,
was
it's
saying, like, I
really
was
cool.
like-
It's like, oh, there's cartoons, but in real life.
yeah.
So
and when
I'm
they do
sure
that-
I'm sure Back in Action is equally terrible, but I haven't rewatched it yet. So
No, Back in Action.
it's still
I mean,
it's still great.
no.
It's still great in my mind.
Back in Action, I think is way better. I watch like once a year at least.
Really.
Usually on Christmas.
Oh,
I
he showed
watch,
up.
Like Space Jam, and I watch Back in Action. Back
We were
in
about
Action,
we're about to
and-
end the stream because we ran out of things to talk about.
Oh, so you covered it all then?
Unless
Let's
you
talk really
unless you
soon.
watched The Devil's Hour season 2.
I did, definitely. Yeah, I definitely did.
Nice.
Last
Right.
week.
Yeah, see,
but-
I'm the only one that watched Penguin, so I just
You watched
talked about it
Penguin?
a little bit.
You did? You were the only one?
Yeah.
I watched the first 15 minutes and I fell asleep and I woke up 30 minutes before the show. Okay, I liked it though.
Okay. Well, we can definitely talk about Penguin. I did watch that one.
All right. That's my go-to because I haven't watched that one, and I want to go to sleep. It's night at 9 p.m. here
Yeah.
next.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm
Go
glad.
ahead.
I'm glad your stuff's working this time. We can actually see.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we figured it out. It was the camera for some reason. Like the mic was not working, and the camera was the fix. Like I don't get it. But
Huh.
that's that's. the
look,
internet
I
for you.
didn't fall asleep watching the Penguin. I was started watching it. 15 minutes in, I really liked it, but I'm so dead tired that I turned it off and like I'm not gonna be able to finish. I'll wake up later and watch it, and I didn't.
The
wake up.
New York government euthanized you where you were trying to watch Penguin like squirrel.
Dark Blue World. That's a airplane movie, right?
Oh, for real?
I haven't heard of that one.
So
It
yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like-
yeah, it's a war movie.
A
With the airplanes.
Thor, like a sequel Thor.
Yeah, it's a World War II plane movie.
Huh.
Fun.
No,
I'll check that
I
out.
was never into war movies. I don't know about you guys.
I'll forget.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like them.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
to
know,
go to bed. Go to bed, and we'll spoil season 2 of
All right,
Devil's Hour.
Devil's Hour.
America,
Freedom.
baby,
Yeah, you were-
from 2024. Let's make America great again.
Let's go, baby.
There you go.
I hope that guy wins because if not, I'm going to feel very, very sad, and I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel sad.
Well, we'll know next week.
Oh, guys, I have something to recommend for you. I usually don't laugh that much because I thought that I had my humor broken because I saw so many funny things and I have laughed at so many things that are bad that I thought that I couldn't laugh anymore. But I watched the Trump and Joe Biden episode in Kill Tony. Oh my
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's so good. Like I watched the entire thing. You can watch the clips. There's like a clip where it's only the clips. It's also funny, but it's better if you get the entire context of what they're saying, and it's so good.
It's
I would love to be able to make a Trump impression as good as Shane Gillis.
Dude, Shane Gillis is
It's a genius.
quickly becoming one of my favorite comedians right now.
Yeah, he's a genius.
He's almost he's kind of filling the same void for me that Norm Macdonald
Norm,
left.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
he hits a lot of similar notes. You know, it's not this obviously not the same, but
It's shorter.
I'm really liking Shane Gillis and Tires. Did you watch Tires on Netflix? He has like a quick. It's basically, I'm sure they made it for $0. You know, but it's kind of like a sitcom pilot, but it's like 5 episodes. Hilarious. It's hilarious, and I think they're getting money for more seasons and.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Shane Gillis nowadays, yeah, he's bigger than anything. Like he's breaking records. Like
It's him working for like AutoZone, you know. They don't call it AutoZone, but it's a generic tire shop. It's funny. It's real funny.
Cool. I'll have to check that
I
out.
like it, I like it. Yeah.
But yeah, the Kill Tony episode is great.
Yeah,
It's pretty
now that
great.
it's like election season, election is gonna be in a few days. You gotta vote for the right guy. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, Tony. Tony, kid Tony. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, I couldn't drink water for 3 hours because I was choking on water because of how much I was laughing. I literally had to puke the water because I couldn't stop laughing about it. So yeah, check it out when you are free with no kids and your headphones on, because they say regarded a lot. They say regarded a lot, and they make jokes about Mexican tits, fentanyl tits. All right, guys, have a good night. Have a good night.
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, so
Season 2.
basically the rest of this show now is just my rant, is what it's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can rant if you wanted to talk about any of the other things we already covered, but
Okay, well, first off, how far did you get on Dungeon Crawler Carl?
finish book 3.
Woo! Me
Starting
too.
You finished book 3 already?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm already like halfway through book 4.
Yeah, well, I
Right.
have to wait. I'm the only
have
one
2 days.
out of all the YouTubers that we're doing the shows, the read through with. I'm the only one who's being responsible and reading. I'm waiting to start the next book until we do the stream, so that someone is blind, because they keep trying to jump ahead and talk about spoilers. I'm like, no, this is a book 3 stream.
That's
well,
hilarious. How long are these books?
Book 3 was the best one, right?
I mean, it was pretty good. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Book 3
It's
was
the trains.
No, the train one. Yeah, the train ones.
Like book 1 was a 10 out of 10 for me. I loved it.
good.
And then book 2 was like, scratched the same itch, just wasn't structurally wasn't quite as good. So it was like a 9 out of 10. Book 3 blows them all out of the water. But I already gave book 1 a 10 out of 10, and like retroactively giving it a worse score, it doesn't deserve. It deserves a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I gave book 3 an 11 out of 10. Like unironically, like it's that good.
Wow.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
That's high praise.
Incredible. And book 4 is it's getting book 4 is where he's starting to get more of his political feet underneath him. So it's playing a little bit more into how like it works into the whole bigger picture, I think.
Oh, I mean, we're getting glimpses of the bigger picture already, and it's been fun.
Yeah, so that's
man.
the thing. With 3, you see a little bit of that, but with 4, it starts to pick up a lot more. So
it's so addicting. It's
good, though.
it's really hard to stop reading and wait for the stream. It's really hard.
I've been reading it on my way to work and on my way back from work and at work, and it's like I drive home and I park the car and I'm like,
You don't get out.
yep, now I got to stay here for a little bit. I got to finish this chapter or
It's
whatever.
so good.
I've been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't recommend that series enough. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's been good. Okay, so that's item 1. We got that one done. Okay. The Penguin. The Penguin was good. I liked the Penguin. I love to see the little hints, right? Like where he walks out the door and you see him in his big long overcoat, and you're like,
Yep.
that's
I
the
mentioned that too.
Penguin.
Yeah.
And plus, it's crazy because that whole interaction too is actually, I think, one of the strongest parts in the whole show, where literally Vic, he just kills a guy, and he comes in.
Oh, yes.
And he's talking to the Penguin. Well, because before he brings up this guy about how he's going to be an issue, and the Penguin's not available for him, right? Like the Penguin emotionally is focused on his mom, which is also interesting to see how that develops this episode. But he's not emotionally available for him, and so he's like, "Oh crap! Like I've got to do something about this on my own." So then he's confronted with this challenge that he has to take care of. He ends up killing the guy. Spoiler alert. Sorry, but he ends up killing the guy, and then literally he goes seeking, some sort of
Advice or consolation or
exactly some consoling from the Penguin, and that's when he's emotionally available to give him that. And he says this line. He's like, "It only will get easier from here," meaning like, you're gonna have to do it again and again and again.
It's awful, yeah.
Right? And it's like it's such a subtle line, but I was like,
yeah.
Oh gosh, darn it! Like
you're absolutely right. That scene was amazing, and I love that. Like he didn't even say, "Hey, I killed the dude." He just walks in, and he can tell by the look on his face. He's like, "Is that the guy? Did you get away clean?" Okay, like it was so well done. You're right.
See, and that's great storytelling because he didn't even have to say anything, but you can tell because they both experienced that same thing. That just Penguin seeing the look in his eye and the way that he was reacting could tell. Okay, he killed somebody. He's killed his first person, and he's consoling, but at the same time, like you just want to kick his butt because you're like, why are you putting this kid through this?
Yep. And you want to kick his butt because he had his out. He could have left with his girl on the train, on the bus. Yeah. He didn't. He pulled a Walter White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really good.
Very well written.
And it was the whole interaction too between Sophia and the
her
girl
therapist
behind.
Oh,
that was wonderful. Where she's going there to kill her, and then she gets the whole story and ends up betraying him, and you're like, oh, it's so dirty. But it's so like I love how powerful the character creation is, even on side characters, right? You see this person who normally is dressed up and all dolled up, and then she's not. She's herself. She's vulnerable.
Yep.
And you see that in this interaction between her and Sophia, and you're just like, oh, this is such a good way to tell a story, right? Like it's so good to see these vulnerabilities in characters that are insignificant, but they've taken the time to build them out.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was really good. I like this episode quite a bit.
Yeah, it was good. Excited for the next one for sure.
Yep. Do you think Vic is going to make it out alive, or is he going to die?
No, I think he's going to die.
I think so too.
I mean,
especially because the one line when they're setting up the stream, I think it was last episode. He's like, "You and I are going to be famous. Our names are going to be, spoken about." And like, yeah, nobody knows the name Vic. It's not Vic and Penguin.
Dude, I could have told you that from episode 1.
Yeah, I know.
Because look, it's the thing. It's Breaking Bad. Okay,
right.
it's Batman, but it's Breaking Bad, and you can't kill the Penguin, and only one of them. If to tell the story you want to tell, Vic has to die.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the only option.
I mean, he could make a clean break and go, be with his girlfriend, but I don't think so.
Yeah, no, that ship is so. He's devoted to this life, and now he's got.
But he's not emotionally connected. He doesn't. He already broke ties with that chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be that wouldn't give the emotional payoff of having to having to sacrifice, kill directly, or being directly responsible for Vic's death.
Yeah.
Mark Clark's already seen it.
Mm.
Mark Clark.
Yep. I'm really excited the way they left off this episode. I mean, you knew it was coming. You knew they didn't even have to show her in the room. But yeah, I'm interested to see, what happens in the fallout from whatever happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this episode is going to be crazy. Some stuff is going to go down. The Empire is going to fall apart a little bit, and then we'll see what happens in the finale.
Yeah. The thing that I think is interesting too about this episode is that I think kind of the thing that stood out most is that Sophia and the Malcones or whatever, they basically just want to take out the Penguin, right? So they're thinking of him as a single entity. They're like, hey, we just got to take out this guy. But the thing that this episode 2 did really well is that they set up that now he's not all on his own, right? So, they're still trying to gun for him and trying to get him out. But now he's built up this other relationship with the other gangs.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's not all on his own. And,
And I love the way he went about it too. His speech to them and everything. He's I guess I didn't want to go into it previously because I talk about spoilers, but I guess the cat's out of the bag. But yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
No, just I love the way he did it. He's like, hey, we all hate each other. We're probably gonna stab each other in the back or whatever, but that's the way that these triads have been working for decades. And who's to say that they, get everything they want, and we can't operate the same way? Let's come together. Let's unify. Let's work together, even though we hate each other, and take what we deserve. And it was great. Like they tried to accuse him of things, and he's like, yeah, you're right. I did do that. I don't know. It was just different way of going about things. I thought it was really smart and it was nice. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's kind of frustrating though, because you're like, dang it, like I'm starting to enjoy this character.
Yeah,
right.
A little bit.
You're definitely getting more sympathetic to him, but at the same time, you know that he's evil. You know that he's bad. But then he gives a speech like that, and you're like, yeah, like he's making total sense. Like, yeah, he's a rotten guy, but you know what? He's got it right. So
yeah. It was really good. I'm excited for it. I love. I brought it before the last episode. They put him in the sewers. This time they gave him a trench coat. I don't need him to have a top hat and a little fancy cigar, but it'd be nice if he does something with an umbrella. I just want him to gouge his eyes out with an umbrella. That'll be enough of an homage for me.
Yeah. I was like, okay, he's just missing the umbrella right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
He needs to walk under that Banksy, right?
What?
The just have him walk past that the Banksy painting.
Oh
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sure. But they did something with that air freshener was a weapon. I just want him to pick up a random umbrella and just gut somebody.
I forgot about the air freshener. I really liked that.
Yeah, right. Do the same with an umbrella. It'll be great. So we'll see.
Anyway, Devil's Hour season 2. What'd you think?
Oh wait, I was supposed to watch Devil's Hour too.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, this has been Best Gen.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I watched that and
No, I know.
Machina. And Vox Machina. I did Vox
I still
Machina.
I haven't finished Fox Machina. I'll get to it.
Okay, so we're putting that one off for another one then.
No, you guys can talk about it. I already did.
I liked Vox Machina. We already talked about it. I thought they did a little bit of more rehashing old storylines, but I don't know. I liked it. The character development was good. Could have done without the lesbian stuff, but
boring. Tell me about Devil's Hour season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Anyway, so season 2. Okay, here's the thing. All right, season 2. What do I have to say about season 2? Okay, it didn't really go anywhere. Actually, if I'm thinking about it, because here's the thing: the whole season was trying to set up the fact that they're going to try to stop this.
It didn't go anywhere.
Hold on.
It ends with a murder-suicide, bro.
So,
well, he's got a point though, because the murder-suicide was resetting everything so they could try again.
Exactly. So their
it
goal
literally didn't go anywhere. But
their goal is to stop this bombing, or to find out who this guy is, right? So it's either find out who the guy is so that they can stop it, or to stop it, right? Yeah. And all they did is just reset it. So literally, it's like the whole 5 episodes is
I disagree.
Them playing up so that they reset it eventually at the end. And
I get it. The whole season was them the whole season was them answering questions that you had from season 1, and it was a lot of setup. It's setting up season 3 for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it's
but at the same time, it's answering so many questions, and it's just so tasty.
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing though. That's probably the biggest qualm I have is that.
See you, Justin. Thanks for tuning in.
Like, it was good. I'm not saying that it wasn't good. I did enjoy it, but at the end of the season, I was like,
right.
That literally is just like, okay.
I will give you, and that is absolutely the hole that this show can fall into, right? And that's the hole that gets opened up when you do multiverse stuff, right?
Yeah.
But also, what this season did is establish stakes that prevents that from happening, right? Like, look, if we get caught and the wrong thing happens, the loop ends, right? We don't have eternity to figure this out, because if we slip up and make one mistake, we're done. So it's not just Rick and Morty. We can just pop over to a new universe and reset everything, right?
Yeah, and that's where a little bit of the confusion still comes from, because there's like, okay, if the kid was an anomaly because they're on this new timeline that the guy created, then is this the only chance, or does it reset to go back to where he didn't save it, right? Because, I mean, I guess technically he's probably going to continue to save it from there on out, right? And continue to save her potentially on that timeline, and then it goes off to different branches or whatever.
Right. Maybe, but well, yeah, that's a good question. Does he go back? Because I think either way, she's going to remember her past 2 lives at least. But does he have to go back and save the grandma in the next life, or save her mom in the next life, or
I don't know?
Is she just going
to
remember?
Right, and this is also the problem. This is also the problem when you have an anomaly like the kid, right? Because the kid comes in, and we see him finally in one of the episodes where he's like, "Hey, why did you kill my mom?" Okay, so like his version, his mom gets killed by him because he sets it up. Which obviously, and another thing too is like, because of little hints like this, you kind of know what you're gonna expect on the last few episodes.
Yeah.
So it was a little more like diminishing, because I was like, oh well, okay, well everything's gonna go wrong and he's gonna have to kill her because the stakes go wrong. So like, it kind of set it up where I was like, okay, well, I already kind of know where this is going on these last couple episodes. So that was a little bit diminished. And then there's the question, okay, if he comes into the jail, right? So he's obviously on an alternate timeline. So it's like, but he's a and an anomaly. So, like, how does the anomaly fit in? Is it just one anomaly, or does that anomaly break up and into branches as well? Like, so that's where it's like, okay, shoot, like
It's
the
fun though.
anomaly throws a wrench into a bunch of it.
Yeah, and that's why it's so fun.
Yeah.
But the other I don't know if you thought about this, but the other like the best way to do the show is that the bomber has to be like he has
to be like Gideon.
It's the same
yeah,
ability.
he has to be like Gideon. That's the only. That's
Yeah.
why he's incapable of catching him, because it's not just this one event, right? They've hinted at what comes after is even worse. There's even more just death and destruction, and you think like, okay, eventually this person is going to get caught, and it, like even just if you're talking about just regular life, right, without any resets. You eventually figure out who the killer was, and you could just live long enough for the police to find out, and then go and, baby Hitler him, But
Well, and
the fact that he's had so many chances to catch this guy and he hasn't, and the fact that he sneaks up behind him and hits him in the back of the head, he knows where he's coming from, and he's
he
avoiding
doesn't look at
cameras,
cameras,
specific like the bomber has to have superpowers too, right? He has to have, and that's what would make this show so juicy, because where it could easily, become boring or repetitive is if it just goes on forever. If you have an infinite number of chances to solve the murder, then there are no stakes, right?
Well,
but
and
if
that
the murderer also has the same power,
that goes back to why he has to see the face. Because he has to find out who he is rather than necessarily stopping the bombing.
It's also clever because it also gives an ending to the series,
right?
Because like, or a poignant ending to the series. Because even if you catch the catcher, even if you catch the bomber, do you just keep resetting until you get like a perfect run and save the entire universe and stop 9/11? Right? Like how do you end this series on a satisfactory note?
Yeah.
It's like when it was just hey, catch this one guy, that's not very satisfying. Like, do you keep going after that? But if the killer is a superpowered killer, then once you catch him, that's a resonant ending.
Right. And then I think after that, the logical ending would be for everyone else involved who's awake to take the drugs or whatever to
end the loop or something.
End the cycle. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for it to continue.
We are getting it. We have a season 3 confirmed.
Season 3 is confirmed in the works, so I'm excited. Hopefully, it won't be such a long wait from season 1 and 2.
It shouldn't be. So.
But yeah, it was fun. I like it. I can't think of anything else we talked about last week that.
Isn't it just tasty though, Jared? Isn't it just?
I I enjoyed it, and that's the thing. I enjoyed the show, and I enjoyed watching the episodes. And and here's the other thing that I forgot to mention. It's cool to see how the ripple effects work, right? Because you have Lucy, who kind of starts to get woken up and then starts to see her lives, and then Lucy reaches out and tells the DI about her relationship with him, and so he starts to wake up and starts to see these other lives, and that's what I think is interesting too, to see like how he dies in this particular version, but you can see he's waking up, and so the next the next season, he's clearly going to be much more aware of the choices that he's making and why he's making them because of the past lives.
That was actually one criticism that I had, because it seemed like in the previous season that he had to be directly involved with Gideon making some monumental change in their lives in order for them to get woken up, right? So he saves the other girl from a car crash or something like that, the one that he hides away, and then he saves and wakes up the main protagonist because he stops her mom from committing suicide, right?
Love it.
And then the kid makes sense because he's not supposed to be there, but then in the alternate timeline, like you said, in Anomaly. But it was just kind of weird how her fiance or her husband from the previous life, the police officer, and then the therapist get woken up just because stuff weird happens that they can't explain, and then they get flashbacks. Which, like I said, it was cool. I agree with you. It was cool.
Yeah,
but
we also don't know if that's a permanent change, though,
how-
right? Like
right.
going back and changing the mom, that permanently wakes up the main character. These other waking ups, they might have just been for this loop, you know.
You're right.
Yeah.
That could be the case, but
Without like a fundamental canon change, you know.
yeah, it just seems like there would be a lot more of those ripples all across.
But also, you could also argue that removing your spouse is a pretty fundamental change.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, like I
it's
said,
easy.
you
It's
would
a lot
think that-
easier for him to get woken up.
You would think that that would butterfly effect to, affect a lot more.
Well,
people.
yeah. Well, this is the biggest change that he's made, right? Like he was perfecting his loop for so long, and then decided, I can't do this because cop lady is too smart for me, so I got to go back and change something from the beginning. So the season 1 loop that we get is very different from all his other rehearsed loops.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we're not seeing the regular time loop. We're seeing the seriously messed up one.
Yeah, you're true. You're right about that, and that's a good testament to your cause, because the lady that he does save from the car crash, whatever, he isolates away from anybody else, so she can't affect anything. Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Yeah, I do have to say too, though, I was a little confused as to why they brought her in this season, because she didn't do anything. Like, she literally didn't, except for free the darn cop, which as soon as they tied her up, I was like, oh, she's gonna get free and mess the whole thing up. Like, so that's the thing. It's like, yes, they had a reason for her to be there.
Lady lesbian cop was a little bit annoying, especially when she comes into the house and sees Gideon, the known serial killer, and just lets him walk upstairs, and she's focused on the
Lucy,
the suburban mom,
right.
and turns her back so that Gideon can come and knock her out. That was hey.
That was a pretty bonehead move.
It was a stupid move, but also accurate.
Alan. Maybe, but I felt like there were
can't criticize it too much.
There were some fallacies like that where I was like, okay, like this doesn't make a ton of sense. Like, why? Like, I mean, there was the obviously they had to go get her so that the cops couldn't get her, but like at the same time, it's like he didn't do anything except for be introduced. And see, and that's where a lot of my grind comes from, though, is because it's like, okay, now we have this character that's introduced, but now I gotta wait until the next freaking season comes out to see if she even does anything.
Yeah, it's more set up.
Yeah, fair point.
So, like, I liked it, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a lot of setup and not as much like payoff for this particular season, at least. But I did like it, and it was well done.
There was a lot of payoff this season, though. You just didn't get the answers. You just didn't get.
Whoa!
Just because the season doesn't end the story entirely, it doesn't mean there's no payoff in the season. Come on.
No, I mean, yes, that's true.
Come on, murder suicide, baby. Come on.
There were some payoffs. You did get some answers.
Can you? Do you just absolutely hate his school teacher?
Oh yeah, absolutely too. I'm like
just and also and is another one of those cases of this character is just absolutely annoying, but also
kind of
accurate.
Yeah,
a little bit accurate, maybe. Like she knows the kid is special ed, right, from the get-go, and she's like blaming the mom. She thinks the mom is beating him, and you're like, dude, like the kid's messed up, okay?
Yeah.
I think maybe the mom's abusive. I'm gonna interfere in his family home,
Wow.
He got, it's one thing if he's showing up with bruises and she says, he fell down the stairs. What happened? I fell down the stairs. No, don't ask me. I fell down the stairs. Okay? And it's another thing to say, wait, he's not in school today because the police said he got bit by a dog.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
mom
that was
has
fun.
to be abusive.
Yeah.
You could check, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there was proof of a dog bite. It didn't look like a roll of coins in a sock. Okay, there's a clear difference.
Yeah.
Screw her. Worst character in the show.
Yeah.
Accurate?
I didn't enjoy her this. She was okay.
Well written? Yes.
I did not enjoy her this season.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting too to see how
It wasn't new to you
I know
to
Marcus,
grasp
I
the
can't
depths of
believe
its
you said that.
complexity.
Wow.
Woo.
Thanks. No, I'm just critical of those complexities is all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, Jared. Do you want your TV shows to hold your hand and tell you the plot?
No,
Poor
that's not what I'm
Jared.
saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Poor
I'm just saying
rabbit. Poor
that it wasn't
rabbit.
as fulfilling. But like we've talked about, I mean, I think there are some underlying ideas as to why some of these things are still.
Do you want your bad guys to stand up and say, "As you all know, it is me, Lord Sawan of the Dark"?
No, the problem is it's hard to binge. Okay, it's hard to binge because you watch them all and then you're like, great, now I have to wait.
It's hard to binge because it's so freaking short.
And that too, you're like, great, I got 5 episodes and then I gotta wait a whole nother season
Yeah.
to find out what happens with this freaking this bomber, right?
That's a
And
good
like
point.
I liked how it's little stuff too where they might be able to use it next season, right? Where he goes down and he's trying to find the bomber. He finds him, but he gets knocked out. But he sees the yellow car.
Yeah, he sees
Right.
the car. I like. It's a little bit on the nose, but I like that he's got his car and the killer's got a car too. You know, that's like very unique. It's fun. And the best part is like, oh, did you see his face? And he's like, no, but someone did. So we're gonna have to wake up your husband and the next wife, Roger Rabbit.
Oh, see, but that's the thing too. I was like, yeah,
Oh, it's not
maybe
Roger Rabbit.
he
It's
did.
that's Looney Tunes.
But the way that it was showing the interaction between those two, it looked like he wasn't going to be able to see his face either. Because the whole time his face was down as he was stabbing him and stuff like that.
No, dude, he turns around and looks straight at the guy stabbing
he
him.
turns down and he's got his head down.
He
Like
saw
that's
it.
the thing.
He saw
Because I was looking at it and I was like, okay, this is probably how they're going to play it off. They're like, okay, the guy that dies is going to be able to come back and say, oh yeah, I know the guy because he's seen his face. But I literally watched it for that specific reason.
Isn't it crazy though? How
stabbing him.
Isn't it crazy though how there would be no plot of this entire TV show if the police had guns?
I know. I thought it was man, too bad.
He has to the poor policeman. He has to walk up to a known terrorist unarmed. Yeah. He has to walk into melee range so that he can get stabbed to death.
Yep, he has to hide a taser in his glove compartment because it's against regulation.
Yeah. It is kind of sad. It's like, wow.
England sucks.
Yep.
Anyway.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I thought that might be a point though that he might have seen his face, but
they bring it up though. He saw his face.
I don't know. I really don't know. He may have seen a glimpse of it, but not very good because of the way that he intentionally was like facing down and keeping his head covered. Because he was literally right up next to him. So his face was over here.
Yeah.
Right? So like he was up close and he was stabbing him and he had his hood on. Like I think it's going to be very hard for him to see his face.
Yeah. I think you're right. That is definitely going to be a plot point in season 3. They're going to wake him up and see if he's got a good look at him. But yeah, he may or may not have gotten a good look. So.
Yeah, but I like though how they are planting those little things, right? Where they're not just telling you, okay, this is how we're going to solve it, but they're saying, oh, maybe this could be the way that it is solved in the future, right? Like, oh, maybe they say, oh yeah, this is the car we got to find, right? Or hey, this is because that's how they were going about it this season. Is oh yeah, he was driving this particular car, we got to watch that car. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if they did that, it would kind of be dumb because they're doing that same thing right now. But yeah, But anyway, but I like how they're like, okay, maybe these are some ways that they might be able to do it, and they're planting that in the
Yeah.
storyline from the get go.
Yeah, and I think that was really they did a really good job of tying season 2 into season 1. We already talked about this with the very first episode where they show in detail from the other side, the previous life, the kid jumping realities and escaping the fire by going into the other reality. Then they find him in the toy house at the neighbors, and then that's brought up later, like, oh yeah, they found him at the neighbor's house. We don't know how he got just the things that they established in season 1 that you didn't think meant anything, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, that's really cool. And it's cool to see some of the same possible threads being laid for potential season 3. So
there was one other thing too that I thought was interesting, and I don't know if maybe you guys caught it, but did you notice the little mannerisms that the DI Lucy had versus the DI in her present day? So it was interesting because
the smoking thing.
So the smoking was one.
Yeah,
of them.
they kept showing her with an oral fixation in the new time loop where you're like, oh, that would have been a cigarette,
Yeah. So and in the past one she was
good
smoker,
stuff. Yeah,
but he was the smoker,
which is why she died of cancer.
Yeah, and then there was another one too where she was the workaholic, but in the other one he was the workaholic. Right. And so that it was like cool to see like those things where
really cool stuff
went from Lucy to the other guy. Like it was the same mannerisms and everything.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh yeah, okay, well you're reckless. Oh well, now he's reckless. Oh okay, like it was kind of interesting to see how those kind of got into the different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was really neat. I was like, okay, and that's the thing that I do enjoy about this show is that it is written well in a way that like everything is thought out, and they're like, okay,
the attention to detail is impressive,
and this is going to play back to that. So that's very well connected, and they are paying attention to it, and there are some that lead you off, and they take you on a wild goose chase. Right. And and then there are some that actually pay out, but you kind of have to figure out which ones those are. So yeah, I really do like how that does that. There are some things that don't make sense. And like I said, it did feel like we didn't quite get enough this season, but I did like it. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Plus, the thing is, like, yeah. So, like, does Lucy get a start over again with like her kid? Like, is that going to be another timeline?
I don't think so.
I don't think she has the kid again because the small clip you get at the end of this one is her coming back, right?
Plus,
and reclaiming her son after she's gone.
Plus, why would you get back with the douchebag father that is?
Yeah, no one's gonna sleep with him again,
right? Like even knowing that your son came from that, I couldn't see her making that same choice again, which I think is why she, grabs him from the other reality or whatever.
Well, that is true because this next one she's woken up, and so it's going to be different because she actually has more of an understanding of what her decisions are doing. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm excited to see that. I do hope that they flush out a little bit more of the kid and how he is able to jump between the different realities, the time loops, and flush out more with that. I hope it's not just he can jump whenever he wants and go back in time and
the kid has to be the element that helps them finally solve the case, right?
Yes, that would be
and we've already discussed this, but if the kid is the killer, that's just really, really stupid.
Yeah.
Right, Jared? You agree? Yes. Okay, good. We can move on.
Yeah, that would be really dumb.
It's just dumb. Yeah.
It would be really dumb, but dang, I am seeing now that could be a possibility.
It would be too predictable. It's too and it goes against it would go against the theme of the show too, right? because also the bombings existed before the kid existed, but then he can move between. Yeah, it's dumb.
But
It was
if he could move in between, though, he could potentially affect those other realities. But again, it's like he's creating a problem that didn't exist before he was there in the first place. But
it would also
anyway,
imply that
really
he's able to move backward in time because he's
Right.
older,
exactly,
and I don't like that.
that would be very unsatisfying if he was able to do that. But
He just needs to be the catalyst, the element that ends the loops, right? That
yeah, he's the wild card. He's the unknown element that the killer doesn't factor in because he's not supposed to be there. He's the anomaly.
right.
Yeah.
I think that would be very satisfying.
That could be satisfying. The other thing too, I forgot that I thought was good with this season is how they brought the mother and they woke her up more, and she's like be through him, right? So like the kid helped her to wake up and keep her grasp on her reality.
Yeah, and we talked about how that may be he's the one that's interacting with these other people. So he didn't interact with the
DI. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
All that much, did he?
Well, because he was left in the car with him the first time he disappeared, and
I know he didn't directly interact with her. Like he directly interacted with the therapist and with his grandma, right?
Yeah. Well, and later on too. There's some more interaction when Lucy and him are actually together more.
Yeah,
there was some interaction between them.
But then again, he was her. That's
like
his
the handshake, right? Like the.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. And because he is his father in the other loop, or no, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. But never mind.
But there is a connection.
But there is a connection there because of Lucy. So
yeah, that's
the fact that she finally gets pregnant this loop with Rav though, and then loses the pregnancy is pretty. It's pretty. I knew it was going to happen.
Amazing. Oh, that was so.
That was another question I had too, because it showed her testing out all those pregnancy tests in the previous life, and then she finally got a positive read. But
no, that was in the other one. That was in the other life.
Yeah, in the previous life, she got a positive read.
No, the positive one happened in the current one. Yeah. Because
she gets pregnant with Rav in this loop, and they weren't able to do it in the past one for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, I misread that. Then I thought that
I'm guessing it was fluoride in the water, and that was another thing that Gideon fixed.
Yeah.
So
that's what.
But that was cool too, because literally, like, there was some line where she was like, it hurt even more losing at that time because she knew of all the pain from before.
Well, the obvious explanation would be that Rav's doesn't have good swimmers, right? And that's why she was only able to get pregnant with the douchebag. But then that wouldn't explain this,
Right.
Well, but it's a different Rav, right? So it's a different individual.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because she wasn't smoking. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. But I really like it. It's a good show, very well written. Can't wait for more.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta peace out because I've got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go have a baby. I'm doing all of the work, so.
Hey, congratulations!
I hate the we're pregnant thing. We're having a baby. No, my wife's having a baby. I'm having a child. So I don't know.
Were you able to finish everything then?
95. We almost finished putting in the floor. My dad's gonna have to finish that while I'm in the hospital. So.
Okay, but
the rest it's 95% done. It looks real good. I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm like, I gotta see it now.
My favorite thing that I've ever the best joke I've ever made is because Jared's an architect. Every time I'm driving by and I see like buildings under construction, just like the framing, I take a picture and then I text Jared, "Hey, do you want to see my nudes?" And he always says no, and I send him naked pictures of houses anyway. And
that's pretty good.
I get lots of nudes from him. Yep.
It's the best. It's the best joke I've ever made, and I do it all the time.
Yep, absolutely.
So
Well, that's exciting.
yeah.
Can't wait to hear how that goes.
Anyway,
Yep.
yeah.
Good luck.
Well, next week is
Just the Penguin, I think, right?
just the Penguin. That's it. Yeah. Yep. So I will make sure that I watch it. But then the week after that is the Penguin and Venom 3.
Mm.
And then we'll get Dune, Silo, and Arcane all in the same month. And
Okay, I
it'll
was
be
going to say,
insane.
is Silo's coming that next week or so,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep. 2 more weeks for Silo.
So yeah, Silo is the 15th. Dune is that same week. I don't have the specific date. Oh, it's probably going to be Sundays again. So that might be a week late. Let me check. Come on,
Yeah.
HBO, stop doing Sundays. I might have that in the wrong week. Dune Prophecy. Air
Yeah, you also
date.
have
Dude,
Arcane Season 2 on November 24th, but it just says November there, so I don't know if that's the right date.
Dune airs on the 17th.
Yep. It's going to be another Sunday night.
So that's on the wrong week. So I gotta
Yeah.
move that. Because we can't talk about it on the show.
And Arcane, I don't know if they're probably going to drop them all at once again.
I didn't know
Well,
didn't they do like
They did do
three,
threes.
two? I think they did 2 episodes each.
Last time they did, but Netflix has been going back to their old drop them all at once. And even with seasons, other shows that they've dropped weekly, they've reverted. I don't know. Dumb.
Let's see. Yeah. Arcane air date. Act 1 is November 9th. Okay, so that's a week. Okay, so I have that in the wrong
Saturday.
slot. So that's
Yeah. So we'll have Arcane.
so we get
and
that a
then
week early, and then
Arcane and
Prophecy.
Dune, and then Arcane and Silo, and then Dune. Week after.
Act 1, 2, and 3. 3 chunks. 9th, 16th. 9. Wait. Oh, we get that 2 weeks early. Okay. I had that way later. Sorry, I'm trying to organize the show live.
So they're doing the 3 episodes at a time then?
Probably, or 2. I don't know.
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
The 9th. And yeah, so that's Saturday. It'll be Saturdays.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well,
I can't remember
Right.
how many episodes Dune Prophecy has, but yeah.
I'll
And
find out when we go for it.
Silo's Apple TV, so that's weekly as well.
That's the one I'm probably the most excited for coming up.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
excited for Arcane. Worried about it, but excited.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm pretty excited for Arcane again. That first season was so good.
I keep
It
coming
was.
back to the Echo fight. That's just tasty,
was-
tasty,
Very well done.
awesome.
Anyway, sorry to keep you guys up longer.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Oh,
no,
great.
no. It's all good. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go. Holy cow! Still going. Yeah, we're just ending. We almost ended an hour ago because Jared didn't show up, but then he showed up, and then we had more things to talk about. So
Yeah, it's my fault.
nice to see you, Salty C. You started reading Dungeon Crawler Carl too, right? I'm starting book 4, so you got to jump on these streams with us. You got to catch up because I get to meet him in person. Neener.
That's cool.
So okay, sorry, I almost missed a comment. In December for Dragonsteel. Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty busy, but I'm sure there's 3 days. I'm
Yeah.
sure we could go out to dinner. That'd be great, man. Looking forward to it. There's a lot of nice places in downtown Salt Lake. As much as I hate
Oh yeah.
Salt Lake, there's a lot of
Good
a lot
eat.
of good food there. So
Yeah.
Dude, it's getting way better too. Like seriously, they're really changing downtown.
yeah, just wish it wasn't so gross.
They're working on it.
Are they? Is that what Cox is doing?
I mean, it looks like it from what I've seen. I go down there every day, and it looks like there's been a lot of changes.
I didn't vote for him, so
Yeah. Not voting for him in this next election too.
anyway, peace out.
All right.
See you guys next week. It'll be just be the Penguin, but there's tons of stuff to talk about coming up. So see you next week, and see you at Dragonsteel, Mark Clark. I gotta go have a baby. So bye.
Bye.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining. So please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.